Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Facebook Live. We've had a number of outdoor escapades over the last few weeks, so I thought I better do some inside ones. Better control over the elements that way. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Shay. I'm one of the naturopaths here at the Lucy Rose Clinic, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're a regular, as always, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. So, today's topic, one quite close to my heart here. It's one I have dealt with personally. And our topic is more than just tired, the reality of living with fibromyalgia. So let's talk about this, what it really feels like, why it's so often misunderstood, and what tools we have that can make a genuine difference. So do feel free to share in the comments, have you or someone you know been told you're just tired when deep down you know it's something more? Because here's the truth, from the bottom of my heart, fibromyalgia is not just about being tired. It is a complex systemic condition that affects energy, cognition, hormones, digestion, pain perception, and mental health. So I'm here to validate your experience and share what actually works, from nutrition to sleep to stress management and more. All right, so what is fibromyalgia and why is it misunderstood? So fibromyalgia, sometimes just referred to as fibro because there's a lot of syllables there, is classified as a central sensitization disorder, a condition where the brain and spinal cord process pain differently, amplifying even minor triggers. You literally feel more pain. So common symptoms include widespread pain. There's certain parts of the body, especially around major joints, that can be that are known as pain points. Fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. Fibrofog, so cognitive dysfunction, sleep disturbance. Digestive symptoms, often just classified as IBS. And hypersensitivity to noise, light, and temperature. What does that sound like? It sounds like thyroid issues. They do often go hand in hand. So, what does the research say? Fibromyalgia affects roughly 4% of the population and mostly women. Pain pathways become chronically activated, so the volume is turned up on the nervous system. There's often overlap with conditions like chronic fatigue, endometriosis, autoimmune disease, IBS, and anxiety. Okay, and again, these are all comorbid symptoms that we see with thyroid dysfunction too. So let's talk about the real life impact. It's not just tired, right? So we want to break the myth that that word just and how it just makes huge things small. Look, I just used it. It's really hard not to. But let's talk about it. People with fibromyalgia will often notice things like waking up more tired than when they went to bed. Feeling like you're dragging your body through mud or through syrup or through slow moving, like one of those dreams where you're trying to run and you can't move quickly. And huge brain fog, like freezing in the middle of a sentence. You can't remember what you're saying. So it's not laziness, right? You're not lazy. It's non-restorative sleep. It's mitochondrial dysfunction, and it's neuroinflammation. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, these are all just big words. So people with fibro show abnormal sleep architecture. So fewer slow wave deep sleep stages. So the quality of sleep is less. Cognitive symptoms like the fibrofog are linked to poor oxygen use in the brain and chronic low-grade inflammation. So the mitochondria in our cells, which are responsible for producing energy at keeping up with energy production at a rate that our body actually needs it, are not working well. So the resource distribution, because the body is all about resource distribution, the resource distribution is not effective. So then pain and fatigue, which are the ever-present symptoms, are exacerbated by stress, by food triggers, by ongoing sleep deprivation, and overexertion, because recovery time is so much longer. So, what actually helps? Right, let's talk about some evidence-based approaches. There is no magic pill. There are no magic pills, guys. There are no magic pills for anything. We're talking in all matters to do with health. Long game, right? Long game. Slow, consistent change. So, tools we have that make a difference for fibromyalgia. Low impact exercise is one of the most evidence-backed, or it's one of the treatment pathways that has the most evidence for efficacy. So many big words today. So the thing with fibro is you have to move. We all have to move. Actually, movement needs to be daily. I'm not talking about exercise or workouts at the gym. I'm talking about moving your body, getting things moving every single day. So for fibro, it needs to be low impact, because remember that energy production is not operating as quickly as we need it to. So walking, swimming, stretching, Tai Chi, yoga, okay, they're all good. Great ways to move the body, keep everything moving, especially the lymphatic system, at a rate that is not going to overexert yourself. Nervous system regulation, right? Mindfulness, breathing. Oh yeah, of course, you breathe every day. We breathe reflexively. Proper breathing, where we engage the whole body, where we consciously breathe, mindfully breathe, however you want to phrase it. But this is a really important part of regulating our nervous system. There's a nervous system in fibro patients. It's on alert. Everything's on alert. You need to reprogram your nervous system into a space of calm. Give things time to repair, okay? So gentle exercise, yoga, especially certain practice over others. I always like yin yoga for these things. It literally helps release tension in the body, release that fascia. Somatic yoga all help tone the vagus nerve, shift the body out of chronic fight or flight response. Even 10 minutes a day of deep breathing or meditation can improve energy and reduce symptom intensity. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit, just quickly here, about focusing on the habit, not the activity. So we do this thing, especially when we start something new, and we go all in, and if we don't hit whatever unreasonable goals we set ourselves, if we don't achieve 100% every single day, then we fail and we stop and the wheels fall off everything. Does that sound familiar? We need to shift out of that mindset into this one of 2% is always better than no percent. Forget about the 100, right? Something is better than nothing. 5 minutes is better than no minutes. 2 minutes is better than no minutes. Showing up for the habit. So beginning with the habit, turning up every single day, even if it's just a minute of breathing, a minute of stretching, a minute of meditation. Okay, it's the doing it every day, it's the consistency, and that's applicable to lots of you out there, not just those with fibromyalgia. All right, nutritional support, magnesium, vitamin D, CoQ10 is really important, sometimes known as ubiquinol, B vitamins, zinc. They often test low in fibro patients and may reduce fatigue and pain when properly repleted. Do speak to a health professional, as always. Don't just buy things. Some patients as well benefit from anti-inflammatory diets like the Mediterranean protocol. And we often use tailored herbal medicines as well to support pain, sleep, mood regulation. Things like magnolia, valerian, passion flower. Again, speak to a health professional before starting anything new like this. So what is realistic, right? If you're living with fibromyalgia or you love someone who is, here's what I want you to know. You're not making it up. You're not alone. Small, consistent change at a pace that works for you can improve your quality of life. And you realistically, your next steps should be prioritizing sleep and getting appropriate support with herbal or nutritional intervention. Choose movement that feels good to you. Walking, stretching, yoga, swimming, slow, no hit for us right now. Slowly increase protein, hydration, magnesium-rich foods, lots of green leafy vegetables. Reduce your inflammatory load. So have a look at how much processed food, how much sugar, how much alcohol you're actually consuming. What changes can you make to reduce it? And work with a practitioner who will take you seriously. So if you are ready to explore a plan that's tailored to your needs, we would love to support you. If you're interested in knowing more, scan the QR code, book in for a complimentary consult with the Lucy Rose Clinic, and find out what your best next steps would be to start this new health journey. We'd love to have you. So, you know, in closing, fibromyalgia is a real complex multi-system condition. Fatigue, pain and brain fog can have lots of underlying causes, but they will generally have or stem from nervous system dysregulation and inflammation. Holistic care that incorporates every aspect of your life, sleep, movement, nutrition, emotional support is essential, and small steps create meaningful change. Focus on the habit, not the activity. Once again, thank you for joining me today. If you would like to know more, obviously book in, drop something in the comments there. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. We're here to help. Until next week, practice acts of kindness on yourself. Please, all of you, be kind to yourself. You're doing